Hey there.
I want you to think back to the last time you studied English. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe last week. You sat down with your textbook, your app, or your flashcards, you put in the time, you tried. But then later, when you needed to speak or understand something real, like ordering coffee or replying to an email, it felt like your mind went blank. Like all that effort just vanished. Sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. And honestly, it's probably not your fault. You see, so many of us fall into these hidden study traps when learning English, habits that feel productive but secretly sabotage our progress. They drain our time, our energy, and worst of all, our confidence. That's why today, we're going to uncover 4 of these sneaky traps together. I'll show you exactly why they hold you back and, more importantly, what to do instead. Because you deserve to see real results from your hard work. Now, the first trap is so common, you might not even realize you're doing it. I call it the illusion of motion. Imagine this. You're scrolling through English posts on social media, watching Netflix with subtitles, or listening to a podcast while you cook. It feels like learning, right? You're surrounded by English. But here's the problem. If you're not actively engaging, if you're just letting the words wash over you, it's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. The information doesn't stick. I had a student, Anna, who did this for months. She'd play English news in the background while working, thinking she was immersing herself. But when we chatted, she couldn't recall simple phrases from the reports.
Why?
Because passive exposure isn't enough. Your brain treats background noise like, well, noise. So instead, try this. Turn passive moments into mini missions. If you hear a podcast, pause every 60 seconds and summarize one sentence aloud, even imperfectly. If you see a social media post, type a quick reply using one new word from it. 5 minutes of active effort beats an hour of passive listening. You're not just moving, you're moving forward. Now, let's talk about the second trap. This one hurts because it comes from such a good place. I call it the grammar quicksand. You're trying to speak, but your mind freezes. Wait, is it I have gone or I went? Does this need a past participle?
Are.
So you dive back into grammar rules, drilling exercises, memorizing tables, thinking, once I nail this, I'll finally speak well. But here's the truth. Grammar isn't the foundation of language. It's the scaffolding. Obsessing over it keeps you stuck in study mode instead of speaking mode. My friend Marco did this for years. He could explain the present perfect tense better than most teachers, but conversations left him panicked. Why? Because real talk doesn't pause for rule checking. Instead, steal patterns, not rules. When you hear a native say, "I've lived here for years," don't dissect the grammar, steal the whole phrase. Swap words like Lego bricks. "I've worked here for months. I've loved this band forever." Your brain learns grammar intuitively through using patterns, not analyzing them. So, next time you're tempted to open a grammar book, swap it for this. Find a short clip from a show you love, like a 30-second scene. Repeat it line by line, copying the speaker's rhythm and emotion. You'll absorb grammar naturally, without the headache. Now, these 2 traps, passive learning and grammar overthinking, are just the start. They trick us into feeling busy while hiding our real progress. But you've already taken the biggest step, recognizing them. And trust me, what's coming next? It's going to free up so much of your time and energy for the kind of learning that actually works. So take a quick breath, maybe grab some water, because when you're ready, we'll keep going. All right, welcome back. I hope you took that moment to breathe, because what we're uncovering together, it's powerful. You've already seen how passive exposure tricks us into feeling busy, and how grammar overthinking keeps us stuck in our heads. Now, let's shine a light on 2 more traps stealing your progress, starting with one that feels like diligence but actually breaks your flow. Prohibited Trap 3. The Dictionary Crutch. You're reading a book or chatting online, and you hit a word you don't know. Immediately, you grab your phone, open a dictionary app, and there goes your focus. 5 minutes later, you've forgotten the sentence, the context, even why you cared. Sound familiar? This is the dictionary crutch, and it shatters your concentration while teaching your brain to panic without instant translation.
Take my student Ravi.
He'd pause every 30 seconds while reading news articles to look up words. By the end, he knew 20 definitions but couldn't describe the article's main point.
Why?
Constantly switching tasks trains your brain for distraction, not comprehension. Worse, you miss the superpower of context, your brain's natural ability to guess meaning from clues. Instead, build your guessing muscle. Next time you see an unfamiliar word, don't reach for the dictionary.
Pause.
Ask yourself, what's happening around this word? E.g., the CEO resigned amid scandal. Resigned probably means quit. Does it sound like a word in your language? E.g., important is almost equal to importante in Spanish. Can you keep reading without it? Often yes. Try this challenge. Read one paragraph without looking up anything. Then, write one sentence summarizing it, using only words you know. You'll train flexibility, not dependency. Prohibited trap 4. The perfectionism freeze. Now, this last trap? It's the quietest and the heaviest. It whispers, don't speak until it's flawless. Don't write until it's error-free. Hide until you're ready. The perfectionism freeze locks your voice away because you're terrified of sounding wrong. But here's the truth no textbook will tell you. Mistakes aren't failures. They're footprints. They show you exactly where to step next. Every time you avoid speaking to dodge errors, you teach your brain that English equals danger. My friend Elena spent years silent in group chats. She'd draft messages, delete them, then disappear. One day, she finally sent, "Sorry, my English bad. I go store yesterday." Guess what happened? Her friend replied, "No problem." Which store? Smiling face with smiling eyes, no laughter. No judgment. Just connection. That tiny moment cracked her fear open. Instead, aim for clarity over correctness. Speak early, speak often. Start small. Order coffee with medium coffee milk, please, instead of pointing. Reframe mistakes. When someone says, "I eated dinner," you don't think fail. You think, they need 8. Give yourself that same grace. Celebrate corrections. If someone gently fixes you, it's 8, not eated. Smile and say thanks.
I'll steal that.
Host softens, looking straight into the camera with quiet intensity. These 4 traps? They're habits, not truths about you. Passive listening, grammar obsession, dictionary dependency, perfectionism, they've made you feel stuck.
But now, you see them.
You know why they hold you back. And you've got real, simple tools to step around them. That's how growth happens. Not by studying harder, but by studying smarter. Not by fearing errors, but by using them as fuel. In our final part, we'll weave this all together. You'll walk away with a clear plan to turn these what to do instead steps into your daily rhythm, so English stops feeling like a mountain and starts feeling like a path you choose, step by step. Take a deep breath. Look how far you've already come. I'm so proud of you for doing this work.
Truly.
Just by being here right now, you're telling yourself something powerful. My English journey matters. And after uncovering those 4 sneaky traps, passive learning, grammar quicksand, the dictionary crutch, and the perfectionism freeze, you've already done the hardest part, seeing what's been holding you back.
Now,
it's time to build. Not a rigid study plan, but a rhythm that fits your life, your goals, and most importantly, your confidence. Let's make English feel less like a subject and more like breathing. First, redefine practice. Forget hour-long grammar drills or memorizing word lists. Real progress lives in tiny, intentional moments. Remember Anna, who turned passive podcasts into mini-missions? Or Marco, who stole phrases instead of dissecting rules? They didn't add more study time. They transformed scraps of their day into active growth. Your action, the 5-minute daily win. Every morning or evening, ask yourself, what's one small English victory I can claim today? It could be sending a voice note to a friend saying, "My day was busy/quiet/great." No edits. Send it. Reading one paragraph from a recipe, news headline, or song lyric and guessing one word's meaning from context. Repeating one line from a show with the actor's emotion, even if you feel silly. Why it works. Tiny wins build momentum without overwhelm. They prove you can. Next, make mistakes your compass, not your cage. That voice whispering, wait until you're perfect. It's lying. Fluency isn't born in silence. It's forged in the messy, beautiful act of trying. Every time you speak despite fear, every time you write despite doubt, you're rewiring your brain. English equals safe. Mistakes equals data. Your action, the clarity first challenge. For the next 48 hours. Speak/write before you're ready. Need to ask a question? Say it in your words now, even if simple. Where is bread? Instead of, could you possibly direct me? Notice one kind correction. Did someone say, it's on the shelf when you said it in shelf? Thank them. That's not failure. It's a free lesson. Celebrate the courage, not just correctness. Literally whisper, I showed up. That counts. Finally, connect before you're fluent. This is the heart of it all. Language isn't a test, it's a bridge. Waiting until you know enough to join conversations is like waiting to swim until you're dry. Your action, find your low-pressure people. Online, comment on one English learning video with, this helped. Thank you. No grammar check. Just hit send. Offline, greet a neighbor, cashier, or coworker with one extra English phrase. Have a good day, or is it busy today? With yourself, talk to your pet, your plants, or your reflection. Okay, today we make coffee. Now drink coffee. Seriously, it builds neural pathways without judgment. These aren't study tips. They're freedom strategies. Freedom from wasted hours. Freedom from the fear of not enough. Freedom to use English as yours. Your very next step? Backhand index pointing right, pick one. What to do instead from this series that sparks joy or relief for you. Maybe it's turning off subtitles for 5 minutes. Maybe it's sending that voice note. Maybe it's saying, I don't know this word, guess. Then, tell me in the comments. Left speech bubble, my first small win will be underscore 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 underscore. Let's celebrate you. Because your courage? It inspires everyone here. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about showing up again and again for the version of you who already knows. Your voice matters in English.
Keep it simple. Keep it kind.
Keep it moving. You've got this. And I'm right here cheering you on. If this helped, give the video a like. It tells me you want more of this. Subscribe for weekly ways to learn smarter, not harder. Now go claim your small win today. I'm celebrating with you.